before I was telling him like one of the ideas that I had for the running scene. He told me to stay focused. I was trying to do what I was supposed to be doing, shooting ideas out
You're
there.
you're talking about dumbass ideas that are not good. There's no way.
The clip that you just heard is actually a teacher that I had at St. Charles West High School, junior year. I took a video productions class because I was really excited, and I had been making videos since 2013 with my buddy Brandon. So making videos and coming up with ideas has always been something that I've been passionate about and really love doing. And I'm just so excited to finally be able to speak out about this, because the St. Charles School District tried to shut me down and tried to lock the voice that I have up and not let me speak about this in order to protect their staff and teachers. So I'm going to explain the clip you just heard so you can understand how it escalated to such a high degree. Now, towards the end of my video class, junior year, we had a big video for our final. And now, Brandon, who I've done a ton of videos with, wasn't even in this class. This class is called Warrior Vision or Video Productions. And we had this big final. And I was in a group with these two other kids. And they also had robotics. And robotics and video productions is taught by the same teacher. And so this individual tends to favor students based on how many classes they take and have them, because, you know, the longer you're together, the more you just kind of bond with people. You know, it's the way it is. But for this project, I was the only one to get all my clips and the stuff I was supposed to and what we planned. Because before you make a video, you're supposed to talk about and kind of sketch out step by step what you're going to do for your video. And so we had already done that, and we're like, okay, this will be your half, this will be our half, and then we'll come together a day and get the final shots, put it all together. Well, I was the only one that got my shots, even with someone that wasn't even in the class, being Brandon. I was the only one that got my shots. They didn't get a single shot at all. So there was no video to work with. So that's where you're here in this conversation where he's saying, well, I'm not seeing anything get done in class. The reason nothing was getting done in class is because there was no way for me to get anything done, because there was nothing to work with. There was no video clips, because the only clips that were there were mine. And I was telling him, I'm doing my part. If my partner's not doing theirs, so what can I do on my part then to improve the situation? And he couldn't give me a straight answer, and he never did. He just told me that I needed to get my ass in gear and come up with the video. And this isn't something that I feel a student should be shut down for. Whenever I try to talk to my counselor, I had played her the video that I have of this individual when I was with him. And the reason I recorded the conversation is because he always made me really anxious and nervous, because he had cussed at me before, and he's been kind of belligerent with me. And so I always felt really nervous around him, and I was nervous to say something, but I got tired of every single class him coming over to me and saying some rude or ignorant remark to me about, oh, there's no video getting done, you're lazy, get your asses in gear, and all this stuff. And it's like, I've done as much as I can on my part, and there's nothing else I can do, yet I'm the one getting the criticism. And then these other guys, they're not nearly getting as much said to them as I did, such as I have dumbass ideas that there's no way they'd ever work, when video production stuff is something I've been doing since I've been 13. And this is the teacher I really used to look up to, and when we had meetings at the school, he's actually one that we requested to sit in with us, because he used to be one of my favorite teachers until the situation came up. And back to when I had brought this up to the school district, they said that if I did have a video and it was not deleted, that they had the right to take my phone and look through it to see if there was a video, and that if there was not, that if there was, that I would get ISS, which is in-school suspension. I could get ISS for recording a teacher. Even though it's not against Missouri law, they say, the code of conduct, which is the rules for the school, prohibits that to protect teachers. So they were more concerned about giving me a punishment for trying to stand up for myself, to try and show people the way that this individual spoke to me all the time, and the way this individual treated me, and in such an unfair way, because I wasn't favored by him as much, because I didn't take as many courses that he taught. And because I tried to do that, they were more concerned about punishing me than they were finding a solution to this teacher that was saying I was an individual with dumbass ideas. And it's like, you try to say that in this education system that you try to spread awareness for bullying, yet you have a teacher bullying a student when bullying is such a rising issue anyway now in America, and you got a teacher bullying a student. What if that student was a student on the edge from being bullied by other students and he killed himself because of that teacher's words? But yet when we try to expose individuals like this, because we need to monitor our teachers in the school system, we need to be able to monitor them, we need to be able to power check them and watch them to make sure that if they're going to be mentoring students, and even there's people that are mentoring elementary kids, all ages, you're mentoring these people, we need to make sure that these individuals mentoring the students are a good example and a good role model, and not displaying this kind of ignorance and hateful words and language to someone you're supposed to be teaching to get better at video production. Not tell them that their ideas are never going to work, that they're dumbass ideas. You're supposed to be a motivator and drive these people to succeed. That's what a mentor does. So if we have these people that are teaching students that don't act as mentors, how is that going to lead our future generation? But if we're not going to be allowed to monitor these people, and we're going to be more focused on punishing somebody, they threaten that if I also didn't delete the video, or if I ever posted it, that I wouldn't be able to participate in graduation. I wouldn't be able to walk. So now that I graduated, I have the right to be able to speak out, and they silenced me for a year. I wrote down the date. The first time I uploaded it to YouTube, because the school was trying to go through my phone, was May 10th, 2017. I uploaded the video under private and promised all my people that were close to me that I told about it that one day it would come out and I would expose the truth to be able to help other people. So if they're getting bullied and they can't reach out because the school's trying to silence them too and threaten their graduation walk, a once-in-a-lifetime experience because they're standing up to a teacher that's bullying them, it's ridiculous. So I hope after this clip is out and it goes around that the St. Charles School District does the right thing and starts allowing students to monitor teachers to make sure that they don't treat students and bully students, harass students, and say these horrible, awful things to these students to unmotivate them. Every single time I used to come into class, he would make us watch a video and write in a notebook something we learned about it, something positive. And there's all these motivational messages talking about kids that like were disabled or didn't have arms or legs and all these different things to make us feel like, okay, we take these basic things for granted, like we need to be thankful for life. And you gave us all these motivational messages, and one of them is that if you are nice to people and you have kindness and you spread positive words, do positive things for others, that one thing they can remember for years. That one thing that was little to you, they could remember for years. And you preached and preached and preached and preached that every single time I walked and sat down in your classroom. And yet you turn around and that one little thing you did has stuck with me forever. And I'm finally going to have closure by showing people the truth, because nobody would believe me. Because in the words of one of the counselors when I told them and seeked help, they said, I don't think that could be. They were calling me a liar. They said, I don't think that could be. They said, you know, blank, your name, they said his name, is a Mormon man and would never say such things. But yet I couldn't pull that out to defend myself because I would have been punished. And if I would have got ISS, I would have been disqualified from the A+ program and lost that scholarship. So the school has ways to silence students. And now that I'm graduated, I don't care. And here's the truth.
That's why when you said that, like you're watching a movie for like 15 minutes in the bathtub scene, that's because the only scene we got is the scenes I was responsible for.
That was I was talking to all of you.
I've been doing my part as far as I can go with this, and so now even though I still don't have the shots, I came up with this just chase scene or whatever, and try to make sure that I get when it comes to
So are you going to be able to be involved in that?
Yeah, I'm all going to be involved, and I'm just saying when it comes to
They were saying that you had to work this weekend and you got to be involved. So I said, whatever you do, you need to figure a way to make sure Jordan can be involved in it.
Because
This is your final grade.
with both things, because I've done as much as I can on my part of the video that we originally started with.
I don't think that you guys have done as much as you can do. Because I've seen you sitting in there not doing much for 4 or 5 days now. All 3 of you.
What could I have done?
You guys can get your ass in gear and get some stuff filmed and edited.
That's what I'm saying is what I hear.
There's, if you look around the room here, you can see groups that are working hard, groups that aren't getting much done, groups that aren't getting much done, groups that aren't getting much done, groups that are working hard, groups that are sort of working hard, groups that are working really hard, groups that are working really hard, and groups that aren't getting much done. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me to sit and look around the room and see who's working and who's not. And you guys have been the group that has one of the groups that are not working. That doesn't mean you're not going to come back with something really good. That's fine.
Yeah.
But up to this point, me sitting in class, watching you guys work, I haven't seen much.
And what more could I have done in my part?
You guys need, I don't know, you guys need to get together, figure it out, and get it filmed and done.
Like that's
But when I see you sitting here in class doing nothing, okay, other than when I come bug you and say, look, why don't you do this? Why don't you give you suggestions? You know, I'm gonna give you a hard time.
And as far as my end, like, and that's why.
Whenever I see you sitting in class not doing anything,
and then like just now when we're trying to do this,
you guys are cracking jokes and have a good time, but not getting much done.
No, before I was telling him like one of the ideas that I had for the running scene. He told me to stay focused. I was trying to do what I was supposed to be doing, shooting ideas out there.
You're talking about dumbass ideas that are not good. There's no way. Stay focused.
I was. I shot other ideas out there too. Like I'm doing as much as I can on my part. That's why I'm like upset because I don't know what to do. Like as far as like filming wise, I got all my shots that I could. Tried to keep everything on schedule when I got everything I needed. And finally realized that was going to work.
Do you see what do you understand what I see in class? What I see in class about the past 4 or 5 class weeks?
When it comes to effort outside of class, I mean, like,
I haven't been outside the classroom, but I know that I'm not seeing much editing getting done, and I'm not seeing a film being
because
produced.
there's not enough clips. You know, we couldn't have the clips on my end.
So where's the other ones? Where's the rest of them?
Due to the filming because they needed to get their half of the shots.
Okay.
I did my half.
Okay.
And they had to do their half, and then we were going to come together to film.
Okay.
But as far as coming together to film, that's something that was going to take longer, and we were supposed to have all the beginning shots before, so we could add them in, and that's why that day we were going like just putting title slides, putting in where their shots would be, like make the storyline at the beginning come together. And the day we did film, we were using the boom mic. Ended up like cutting in and out of half audio. So we redid the shots, but I didn't have a boom mic at that point, so I had to go without a boom mic. And as far as it comes to boom mics and stuff, I mean like the other ones I don't even know how they're either. So it's like you have to check out the red boom mic and try to use that. But I mean like there's been obstacles I've been going around every obstacle.
Back to my original statement. What have you guys done in the past 5 class periods?
Trying to plan what we're getting together. We went one day. And we went through all the checklists and make sure that
Every time I've come to you, what have you told me? We're filming this weekend. We're filming. We're filming. Right?
I'm not usually filming Jordan. I'm talking to him. You don't talk to me.
You were just saying that I was thinking of you. I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah, when it comes to planning,
Huh?
when it comes to like planning, you guys tend to not really. Like I said, I've done like everything on my part, and I'm just worried about my grade at this point because I've done everything I can on my part.
Get a video done.
And what did I do? That's what I'm saying. I went out and I got
Nothing. Exactly nothing. I'm seeing nothing. That's why I come and tell you guys, let's get busy. Right? So get busy.